It's time for the second coffee today and time for us to have a conversation about the importance of having regular calls with the clients, what are the benefits of it, why you should do it, and maybe to ask you why aren't you doing it regularly. So before we get into all of this, while I get my coffee, let's try and dance a little bit. Let's do it. It's getting darker. Hey guys, welcome to the Funky Marketing Show. Welcome to this episodes. I don't have guests. It's gonna be me, myself, and I. We're gonna do sort of like a Q&A. So if you have any questions regarding the topic that we have today, feel free to ask questions. I'm gonna try to answer all of them. But let me give you some context why we are talking about this topic uh, today. So first of all, I've been working with uh, 5 to 7 different clients in the last 2 months on their strategic narrative, on their content strategy, on their story, their narrative, on differentiation, on branding, and on distribution. And what I have seen over there is that lots of them don't have insights from the customers. They assume things, but they don't know. Uh, and it happens because they don't have regular conversations with their clients or customers. And it's mind blowing to me because those are people over there. For example, lots of those companies have people that are with them for a while now. So they're obviously satisfied with the services, but still, we are not getting information. Why are they satisfied? Is there something that is missing? What can we get over there? And those kind of stuff. And I want to tell you a few questions that I usually ask clients before we get into the conversation, and where I see that they don't know really the answers. So before I start working with a company, before I even get them the offer, I send them a questionnaire when I ask them couple of different questions. So I asked them questions like, why do you exist as a business person? Who needs you and why? How are you different than any other company that does what you do? Who are your top competitors? What is your top service or a product? How much do people pay for it? Uh, I asked them about their growth plans. I asked them about KPIs they measure. I asked them about who is their ideal client, what are they like, so they can describe them in details, including, maybe things outside jobs to be done, aka, I don't know, their interest, like MBA, nature, music, those kind of stuff. What are their top problems that they are trying to solve by working with you? If they don't work with you or buy from you or any of the competitors, what are their other options, just to see what will happen if none of it exists. How many people are actually involved in the decision making process to work with you to buy? Who are they? How long do the clients stay? How often do they make referrals to other good clients? How long does it take a client to make the decision to buy? Where do they go to look if they need to look for the product or the service? Who do they talk along the way to make a decision? How do current clients describe your solution? What do they call it? How many touch points do you have with a client before they buy? What channels do your clients spend the most time on right now? Where are the biggest bottlenecks in the sales process right now? What questions do prospect ask and clients ask over and over and over? How did you set your marketing goals, if in case they are set? What do the sales and executive team monitor on a weekly basis? What do you as a business owner monitor on a weekly basis? What happens when somebody fills out the form on the website? What is the follow-up timeline, next step? Who owns which part is owned by marketing, which part is owned by sales? What are the criteria for defining a contact as sales accepted lead, sales qualified lead? When they are logged in as opportunities, how do you define sales accepted leads? And SQLs, and what happens if the sales accepted lead is returned to the system? So if it happens that they are not ready to buy yet. So those are the questions that I'm asking. And yo Ben, how are you, my man? Long time no hear. Uh, Maybe it's good that we set up an episode to also do one. But so those are kind of the questions that I'm usually asking people. And what is interesting is that lots of them don't know the answer to the questions like, how do clients call your product or your service? Do they have a special name for it? Is it the same name as you call it? They often think, when they're describing the clients, only like a specific person from that company. So going maybe into too much details for a specific person. And they have a couple of clients which are, a little bit different. So we need to think about those things as well. And also, how do they got to buy from them? What happened before? Lots of companies have never asked their clients those questions. And I will go to that a little bit later, but I want to go from the beginnings. So I was thinking about this because I'm doing, the strategic narrative, content, and all those strategies. And what I found out is, if I have a chance, I'm using every chance to talk with a CEO, with a CMO, with everybody I can get involved, but also with the clients. So I want to get everyone's perspective, so I can kind of, see how do they see what's happening over there. And I got to the topic of the importance of talking with the clients a long time ago, while I was just team lead, talking with the clients, doing the reporting. I think it's back in 2015 while I was working in Duvo, and I got to find out the importance of creating a list of the topics that we're going to go through the calls, no matter if it's reporting call, or if it's a regular weekly call or a monthly call, however it is. But there needs to be a certain steps, topics that we will talk about, so the client can also prepare for that, and give us better answers and give us more thorough and more detailed uh, answers about that. So what I found out is that when I jump into the call with the clients, what I can tell them is highly valuable for them. And oftentimes the clients say that we need to actually record those calls, because I'm seeing them, especially, if it's the older leadership, I see them writing down while we are on the call. While I'm talking, they are writing down. So I asked, like, what are you actually writing down? And they told me, Nemanja, you are giving us so many information here. We are exchanging so many information that I have to write all those nuggets down. And it came from them, like, we need to record those calls because they are golden for us. They are giving us insights. And why are they golden for them? Because they are not paying me or anyone else doing their marketing to do what they tell me. They are hiring me because I'm the expert. They have a problem, I know how to solve it. So they don't know how to do it. They maybe have some ideas. So I am the one that needs to tell them how they should solve the problem, because I have experience. I've been doing that. This is what I'm good at. This is what is my profession. and they are good at something else. They are building their own business and they are good in that industry, in that niche, or whatever they're doing. So you need to have that in mind. Sure, listen to what clients has to say because they maybe have more insights. They are talking possibly to the customers. You will see that lots of companies aren't talking with the customers daily. So basically, you need to take that, uh, understand it, see how you can improve it, see if that is the right way or you need to go in a different way. But you are the one who will make a decision and who will propose what will happen. You need to have a more interactive approach and not just, the client doesn't agree with that, the client doesn't go with that, I don't care, I will just implement it. That's all that's wrong in marketing today. That's all that's wrong in the way agencies work today. Because they just do what they have been told. That's not the role of marketing. That's not the role of the agency. We are there to actually, give another perspective and help them be better. Because if we just implement what somebody has told us, then they can replace it anyway. Anybody can do it. A little, young boy from the hood can do it, as it's popular to say now. So have all those things in mind all the time. And when I heard that from a client that we should record those calls, I was going back and thinking, what am I saying to them? Because we have topics, we have issues, we have results, and I'm talking to them like, where are we going next? What are some things that aren't working? Because we are testing lots of stuff. So they are giving lots of feedback, finding out things as well. When we are both growing, learning on the call and growing. And there are a couple of things that I usually ask as the clients, and especially now when I'm creating like the narrative and everything, I go with my client and with their customers on the call, and we tend to get the answer to all those questions they don't have the answer to. So first, what I like to ask is, how would you describe the product or the services? I find that extremely important, because sometimes they can describe it in a very different way. I had a company I've been working with, dear friends of mine, and you know they are talking with customers. Both product team and customer success team are talking with the clients. So what I found out just by talking with the clients is that they are calling their products with a lot of different names. Their user onboarding platform, and basically they are helping customers have better uh, user experience and to guide the users. And they found out that they are calling their product with a lot of different names. So the initial idea that they have to rank for specific categories um, was proved to be wrong, because they found out that they can position themselves in lots of different categories, because their customers are using them for lots of different ways. And that is something that changes the way we think about marketing, about the services, about all those other stuff. It changes the way we look at things when we get the insights from the customers. So that's one thing. How would they describe our services or our product? So we can see if we are aligned, if they see us as something totally different. Often we will hear that they describe us as something different. So this is still the coffee break. So give me a moment. I asked them, not how would they only describe a product or services, but also do they have a word or expression for it? Do they call it a little bit different? For example, if it's funky marketing, do they call it like relationship centric marketing, or it's demand generation, or it's I don't know, content marketing, or it's advertising, or something else? How do they see us? That's how we came up with the relationship centric marketing, because lots of people have tell us that this is how they see us. Um, so that's one thing. Another thing is, where did they hear about us? How did how did the company and the customer start working together? That's extremely important because how did they hear us? We can get all the insights, all that's happening in the dark funnel. Lots of companies still don't have website source information about where did they hear about them. So before until they have that on the website, they can go and ask how did they hear about it. And the answers will probably give you the perspective of how you should position your company and your marketing, because it can be referrals, it can be social media, for example, LinkedIn, the feed, it can be specific communities. If it's referrals, uh, you need to go deeper and ask, you know, who who gave them the information. Is the CEO calling other CEOs from the same industry or niche and asking them, or is somebody that gonna use your product calling and asking their colleagues? Where are they doing that? Do they use the mobile phone just to call them, or they go into specific groups and ask like 10 people that they trust, or they post about it on social media, or they do all of that? You need to think about all those things and have them in mind as well. Uh, how did we start working together? That's also one thing that's going to give you after a while, not immediately after starting working together. You ask that question a bit later. It will give you the perspective of how your onboarding process is going. So you're going to see if it's good, if it's bad. And also what I found lots of times is, that companies have been doing some things and promising some things at the start, and the customer stays with them, but they receive those documents only in the first month. They didn't receive them as the cooperation, as the process is going further. So it's a chance for the customer to remind the company, you know, hey, you promised that you're going to send us a report once a month. We are not doing that anymore. Why? Or the report you're sending us can be a little bit more detailed. We can have this and this additional information in it. Those kind of stuff, you will get feedback on all those stuff, and you can go and implement all that. Also, what I found out is that you will get to know what is their experience with working with you. So are they satisfied, are they not? You cannot hide them, so people will you will see it immediately. They will say, hey, you are doing a great job. You've been doing such a great work for us that we are always recommending you. We are trying to do things differently so we can work more with you, in a way. Those kind of stuff. Like, we had a feedback that from a client that says that we are the highway, they are the slow car. And based on that, they figure out what they need to do to join us on a highway and be ready to go. Those kind of stuff are really, really important, and it gives you the unique perspective that you probably don't have at the moment. Uh, what are some things that could be improved? Those are also That's also great questions that will give you the great answers. Um, Oftentimes, I hear that clients say that they can get more information about I don't know, a specific part of the industry, or like, I don't know, the pricing in the IT industry. If you are the hiring agency, you can get all those information. If something else is happening, you are the one that can develop them. It gives you a chance to see which additional products or the services you can start. Maybe you have already thought about them, but if the clients are saying, hey, this is additionally what we need, can you provide that? Man, it means that there's a demand for that, and you can go check it out, see if there's more demand, talk to more customers, and if you see that it is over there, it means that you can sell it right away. Go ahead, create it, ship it out, start working on that. Then you will see, in case of the agencies, different kind of agencies, if you are the agency talking with a client, then you will figure out if what you are doing is enough, or they're hiring somebody else to do the rest of the process, or they are testing you another agency at the same time. You probably don't know these things, but if you have open relationship with the customers, with the clients, they will tell you that. So possibly on this kind of call, so you will know, and you will be able to react based on that. The other thing is, related to that, you will get to know um, how satisfied are they with what you are doing, and if you can adjust it to be a little bit better. For example, talking about how you can be better, they will tell you like, this is something that we needed when we start working together, and this is exactly what we get, which is good, great. It solves our problem. But they can tell you, this is what we were looking for at the start, but we still feel you can do much better. Or they will say, we need help in this and this area. Can you help us with that as well? We are very satisfied what you're doing on this side, but on this side, we have a need for that. Can you provide those things, or we can go and hire somebody else? So, or you can recommend us somebody else. Those things are highly, highly important. Also, the third, the last thing, the last question that I'm usually asking is about the biggest takeaways when it comes to the industry in which you're working. So they will give you something that you cannot find anywhere else. So like some insights, some of those things. Also, they will tell you if they don't have the insights, if they have their own, but they need more. So those are also things that you can implement in all those things. I'm going through my notebook, seeing if I remember everything, and that I'm also you know getting from. So another thing that I wanted to tell you is, uh, how do they look at you? Do they look at you as the expert, or they look at you as somebody who is just doing the implementation, execution, just doing the job? Are you the brains, or are you you know the one who is just doing the job and doing what somebody else has told you? You will see that also in that conversation, and it can be additional boost of your trust over there. So have that in mind. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm open to answering all of them. I know that it's for the US, maybe you are still sleeping while I'm recording that. But yeah, we have a question, and it's related to the books coming from YouTube. Yeah, man, I have read all of them. Lots of these down here are the comics. Here are some books, and there are plenty more over there. So yeah, I'm the guy who was reading 3 books in every 2 weeks while I was younger. Now I'm reading less business books, more fantasy books and comics. But yeah, as you can see, Captain America, there's Batman, there are all kind of other stuff. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk with you about today. That's the topic that I had in mind. uh, Talk with your customers regularly. From the start, I like to do it once a week, then once a month or once every 2 weeks. It all depends. how many things are happening in between. But make sure that you are reporting from the calls and from everything else, so you know what you're going to do on the call, and both sides know that. When it comes to inviting clients on those calls, what is a good thing is that you can use Drift or Meet or some other things to kind of record the video. Just share your screen, go through the things that you will be working on, invite them, and basically go through all of the things that you need them to do to be ready for the calls. So if they need to bring somebody else, if they need to get more insights, if they need to do something from their side, so the call can go smoothly, and it can go in a way that it should go. Um, that's it, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. This was the shorter episode, so like 36 minutes up until now. But I hope that you got some insights. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. Find me or Funky Marketing anywhere on social media or funkymarketing.net. Follow us on LinkedIn, on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, on all the other podcast platforms. We are everywhere. Make sure you're subscribed. Uh, we have at least 2 episodes coming every week. Another one premiering today, a bit later, in like 8 or 7 hours. So feel free to go, and lots of content over there. If you are in B2B marketing, if you are interested in where marketing is going from here, what is the future of it, and how you can adjust, how you can become better at what you do in your craft or as a company, this is the place where you need to be. Now go back to the beginning of the episode, check everything that I have told you, write down those questions that can be of use, and also feel free to reach out if you are interested in, if you need help with the strategy, with the narrative, with distribution, or just kind of like a brainstorming. There's an option on the website to have a 30-minute strategy call. We're here to help. Bye bye, guys. Have a great day and keep it funky.